When we are disunited, then it is good for Europe and America and China progressively.
Now we the women are going to support the men to help fix Africa back.
This one is to our leaders. We have all the natural resources in Africa that takes us to build Africa. So let's come together to make Africa a better place.
Yes, exactly. This Burkina Faso, the land of the upright, Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso. One love to the president, Ibrahim Traore. Africa shall move forward.
We must unite now. We must have one army. We must have one currency. We must have one foreign policy. We must be united.
Blessed be his holy name. Blessed be Jesus Christ, true God and true man.
Yes, actually, do us a favor. We are praying with you. This One Africa TV, the only station that connects you to the Africans and Africans in diaspora. We are one people. We are rewriting our own story. And this Burkina Faso, the land of the upright, as I said. And don't forget, Burkina Faso have been one of the poorest countries they normally say. But currently, due to a good leader called Ibrahim Traore, yes, I think Burkina Faso is coming back using their natural resources, developing the country, and the people are enjoying. This is the first time in the history of black people where you see women, children, you see all kind of people on the road just to develop their, show some kind of commitment to development or infrastructure, the school, the hospitals. I think now Africans are awakening, and it's time for us to come together, support our leaders, and those who are not doing good, who are not thinking of the benefits or thinking of development or better things for the Africans. I think it's time for them to kick out themselves, and we want a good leader where Africa can move forward. Yes, once again, Burkina Faso, the land of the upright. Thomas Sankara's Burkina Faso. Since the assassination of Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso have been down, instability, conflict, war everywhere. But currently, the people are enjoying, and they are the eye of Africa now. So we have a new coming Nkrumah, a new Hio Selassie, Marcus Garvey, Jomo Kenyatta. We pray that Burkina Faso will surely make the route way.
We unfortunately have not been trained to the truths of life, paradoxically so. May I say something to you tonight to give you a true understanding of yourself, so that the same glory and success attained by others who understand themselves would also be yours. Man with the true knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him, and that faculty of understanding has not been taken away from him. None of his senses have been taken away from him. So there is no excuse for the black man because of what has been provided for him. Do you know what history means? History is the guidepost of a race. It's the inspiration of future generations either to stand still or go forward, to revenge or be revenged. For 250 years, we heard this cry in the grave, Garvey, we have waited for this day and time. If we must be strong, we must come together. If we must come together, we can.
I think all of this is the result of colonization. Our minds have been somewhat blocked, and we've been told to consume. But no, we need to create, and you need to believe in yourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, we can't succeed, and that's the focus of our ongoing communication. The youth must believe in themselves. Each of us must believe in ourselves, and it's possible. Today we are picking out some talents from everywhere, inventors and all. We are waiting to set up, as I mentioned last time, a center that will be like an incubator, so that you do vocational training, that's true, but we're going to do practical work. And we need to create many things ourselves locally. There's no reason to pay for everything outside. We buy everything. Abroad, it's jobs we're giving away abroad. You agree with me. When you go home, you see there are many utensils, many items in the house. You wonder, but why can't we make them here? Why do we have to pay outside? It's the same with the military, where I said, well, I'm not ordering armored vehicles anymore. It's over. We manufacture. Maybe we'll succeed, maybe we won't. That's it. And that's what's happening now. It's over. What we've ordered, that's come, that's it. What's on the way, that's it. But it's over. We're not ordering anymore. We're going to manufacture locally. We shouldn't be afraid to fail. We might try and it might not work. We'll modify, we'll try, but we will succeed. That's it too. So we need to have confidence in ourselves. All the industrial units we pay for outside, you can do it. You often go to pay for industrial units and you realize it's just a conveyor belt with an electric motor that moves something.
Providing healthcare for his people, he's putting people first. He cares about the infrastructure. He's creating systems so that people can thrive instead of being in poverty like we have here in this country.
So we are here telling people, hands off Africa. The colonialists need to mind their business.
Why is he a dictator in the mind of the American media? Well, because he cares about the people of Burkina Faso. Let me tell you what Ibrahim Traore is doing. He has got agricultural projects. Burkina Faso is having a farming boom right now because of this great African leader. He has just made a law that any woman who has a child, her medical bills are completely eliminated. It's free to go to the doctor and have a child in Burkina Faso, in this African country, because mothers and maternal care is so...
Good morning. It is an immense pleasure and an honor to meet today on a blessed date, a memorable date of July 6, 2024 here in Niamey.
Le 6 juillet 2024, ici à Niamey.
Before anything else, let us give thanks to God who has allowed this day to be. We thank Him for everything He has been able to do for us until today, and everything He will do for the people of the AES. Allow me also to pay tribute to the people of Niger. These people who have suffered so much since the advent of the CNSP and who continue to stand. Thank you to the Nigerians who gave us a warm welcome yesterday when we set foot on the soil of our homeland here. You are more than friends, you are more than neighbors, you are our brothers, you are our sisters, because brotherhood goes beyond friendship or neighborliness. We have the same blood flowing in our veins. In our veins flows the blood of these valiant warriors who fought and who reserved these lands that we call Mali, Burkina and Niger. In our veins flows the blood of those valiant warriors who helped the whole world get rid of Nazism and many other scourges. In our veins flows the blood of those valiant warriors who were deported from Africa to Europe, America, Asia and other places, and who helped build these states during slavery. In our veins flows the blood of worthy men and women of the AES.
Et pour cela, soyons-en fiers et soyez remerciés d'être ressortissants de l'AES.
Africa, this continent has suffered so much and continues to suffer because of the imperialists. These imperialists have only one cliché in mind, that Africa is the empire of slaves. This is how they see Africa. For them, Africans belong to them, our lands belong to them, our subsoils belong to them. They have never been able to change their mentality up to today. It is deplorable. But how does it proceed? It is unfortunately ongoing since the 60s, when the simulacra of independence were given to Africa. They just placed local servants at the head of their sub-prefecture according to them, to be able to continue to feed them. These local vassals that we will qualify today as living room slaves have no other reference point than to seek to live like the master, to satisfy the master, and to do everything that the master dictates.
Comme le maître, à satisfaire le maître et à faire tout ce que le maître lui dicte.
He steals, he pinches from the states, brings everything to the master, and their wealth is kept at the master's safe. They do everything to live like the master and always satisfy him. When the master orders, they execute. Do you know who these living room slaves are? Well, we will explain to you what they are. They are individuals who have no dignity, who have no morals, who have no personality, but the slave master has always known how to identify these individuals. They are always ready to betray their brothers to satisfy the master. They have betrayed us since independence, and others continue to betray us to this day for the benefit of their master. These individuals continue against all odds to plunder Africa, to help the master to plunder Africa. They like to say it every year in their economic survey, that Burkina is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the last. Very well, if we are as poor as they say, but when the time came to take our responsibilities, we asked these masters to leave the place. Why don't they want to leave? When we take the case of Niger, for more than 40 years, some countries have been exploiting uranium to produce energy at home. From Ottawa to Paris, the streets are lit up, it is light, but in Niger, it is darkness that is served to us. When you go to our states, our soils are pierced on all sides to search for precious metals such as gold, but often there is not even the slightest accessible road to reach the areas where they exploit gold, much less some basic social services. That is why we decided to revolt and take the destiny of our countries in hand. There are many other examples, but when we decided so, well, we were approached by some living room slaves to pass on the message of their masters, because they had created this kind of polymer chain that rises at the head of our states to serve them, but we came to break the chain, and it is inconceivable for them. So they approached us and asked us to join the ranks to be part of the elite that must lead Africa, because they have a trained and formatted elite, who you must follow, and who are embedded in this chain. We refused to join their ranks, and from then on hostilities began. And they led several mercenaries, trainers, and agents into our areas, who went down to the Sahel hoping to carry out cowardly barbaric attacks against our populations, hoping to incite rebels. In addition to these attacks on the ground, communication attacks, manipulation, and disinformation are in full swing in their souls. But the people of the Sahel have understood, and never again will we be able to be swayed. They know what they are doing, and they know where they are going. We are not going to allow this anymore. People are awake, and people are fighting today not for ourselves, but for generations to come. And thank you all for the fight that is being fought. It never makes us cry. We are not going to tremble. We are going to confront them. We are going to fight for real independence and for our freedom. Because to scare the people of the AES, these individuals only have 3 words in their mouths, that is democracy, freedom, human rights.
droits de l'homme. Bien sûr.
Of course, their local vassals are only elected in a free and transparent democratic process according to them and their values.
Libre et transparent selon eux leurs valeurs.
What could be more normal than wanting to impose this on us? Because they are the ones who make the rules. We know them very well and we have decided to take responsibility. This is why on the 26th of July 2023, when Niger decided to turn the page, the parlor slaves and their masters got on their high horses.
Les esclaves de salon et leurs maîtres sont montés sur les grands chevaux. Ils ont mis leurs valets locaux en avant.
They put their local valets forward and decided to wage war against the people of Niger.
Nous avons donc dit.
So we said that whoever dares to attack Niger, we will face him. Because we will wage a merciless war until the last drop of blood for whoever dares to attack our states. This word, this decision that we had yesterday is relevant today and will be relevant tomorrow and forever. Thus was born the AES on the 16th of September 2023 in an architecture of mutual defense. But we deemed it necessary to extend and expand the architecture of the AES.
Accommodation. And if I'm going to submit myself to a process that will take me 10 years to deliver accommodation to you, then I would have failed you. And failed you spectacularly. So what do? We need to ensure that there's transparency, there's openness, there's accountability in each and every process that we undertake. No doubt that is not negotiable, and that there is no corruption. And so people say, when you acknowledge a failed system and you say, whatever we do, we must not do this one. He say he's trying to give tenders to his relatives. I want you to know my relatives. Just check, you'll know them. You need to know them so that you can track whether any one of my relatives has any tender. You need to ascertain, you need to be sure about these things. So that when these allegations are flung about, because one is seeking to move from an entrenched system of corruption to something that offers us some redemption, yet you are able to interrogate the allegations. And we must interrogate the allegations together. And so it's going to be very critical for us to find ways of moving away from this corrupt system and engaging in a different one that we can monitor and track, one that delivers results timelessly, within budget, no corruption. And so we need to look for the best practices. And that we will do. If there's anything that I'm not afraid to do, it is to take decisive measures, even in the face of opposition and hostility. If it has to be done, it is good for the country, it is good for the people, I will do it. Make no mistake about it. I declare this, and I declare it publicly, so that it is known, so that when you gauge and you assess, you understand how I approach these matters. And with me, I'm always open to engagement. You disagree with me? Let's talk. You tell me, I think you're getting it wrong here. And I'll listen to you. And if I realize you are correct, I will say it to you, but not just to you. I'll also say it publicly. I've been advised by my friend or my colleague that this approach is wrong. I have reassessed. I have come to the conclusion that it is actually wrong, and we self-correct. That's how you operate. Because we're all frail and fallible. This is the concept of bofokoti. This is what it means. When you say that, it means you appreciate your own frailties, your own brokenness. You're broken and fissured yourself. And so, when others come and they approach you with a different perspective, you pay attention. And when you realize they are correct, you heed what they say. This is how you operate in a sane and sober environment. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what position you occupy. It's called humility. Just the ability to acknowledge that I may be wrong. Even when you think you've got it right 100%, you may actually be 100% wrong. And when somebody challenges you, if you think you are right and you believe in the correctness of your proposition, then it becomes an opportunity for you to persuade them, to win them over, or be won over to their side. And so I don't understand why sometimes there's conflict. When we engage on any issue, and you know, you assess. That's why you do recon. You collect data. You assess it critically. You examine it from different perspectives. And then you take a decision. But if you go out there, rumor and gossip gets people so excited. Even some who call themselves analysts, you look at what they're trying to say, there's no analysis. But you, by virtue of your profession, your training, are analysts, because you deal only in facts. And you take decisions based on accurate information. Not speculation, not rumor, not gossip, not pettiness, not frivolity, not absurdity. That's your job. And you need to demonstrate these capabilities because you have them. And so it's important for us to understand these issues. And I commit here and now, and going forward, to working with you to build the Botswana Defense Force so that it truly provides for security, accountability, and meritocracy. That your actions on and off duty reflect our respect for human rights and the rule of law. Let us build a force, a defense force, that is not only formidable in capability, but one that is also exemplary in character. And if we do this, we will ensure that the Botswana Defense Force remains a pillar of peace, security, and progress for generations to come. I also would like to urge, there are many programs that we are trying to develop on the trot. One of them is a housing program called Bono Housing Scheme. The bold ambition of this program is to ensure home ownership. That no person in this country be without a decent house. And I've seen how many of our people retire into penury, into poverty. And there's a structural explanation for this. And I've said before, we have operated a low-wage economy across for a very long time, such that a person who earns 20,000 belongs in the top 1% of high-income earners in this country. 20,000. And so you can imagine, if you slide all the way down, what it means for the everyday experience of our people. This should be a source of grave concern for all of us, especially for government. We need to be very concerned about this. And so when we complain, with good reason, we need to understand that we are dealing with a structural problem. And so we must face up to it and address it structurally. So this housing scheme is an attempt to place immovable property in the hands of citizens, as many of them as we possibly can. And the ambition is to build 100,000 of these houses in the next 3 years. I've said 3. The minister says he wants to do it in 2 years. And so this program is being rolled out in every constituency. The minimum is 1,000 houses. And so wherever you come from, you are entitled, if you have a piece of land that you've not been able to develop because of the challenges that we all face, you now can, for a very reasonable amount per month, at least put up some decent shelter.